Well, I just got back from Advanced Auto Parts and O'Reilly's trying to find these washers. Napa's closed today, but none of them had what I was really looking for. I did, however, find this pack from Dorman here that has just a bunch of different sizes. So hopefully they have the right size in there. And we bought the front wheel cylinders from Napa, and they only came with one copper washer each. So I have two, so I could put one side together, but I need another for the other side, right? And like this is one that came off Cherokee brakes, so it looks like it's the same inside diameter, just the outside diameter is a little bit different. And we bought the rear wheel cylinders from Vintage Powerwagons, and when my dad bought those, he also bought the copper washers for it. However, I can't find them. They're probably around here somewhere. Worst case scenario, I'll just put the fronts together today, and then we'll just have to do the rears at a later time. I also have to pack the wheel bearings with grease. I pulled the drum in last night, so we have 2 new oil seals. I gotta put that together. And once the wheel bearings are packed and the front brakes are back on, hopefully can start working on the rears, but I don't know if we'll have enough time today. So let's get to work. So these copper washers are the ones that came with the wheel cylinders, and these ones came out of that Dorman pack, so that should work. And these match up with the ones that came off the Cherokee wheel cylinders, so I don't know, they might work. I'll have to just see, but I can definitely put the front ones on today. Alright, so that wheel bearing fell out when I took the drum off, and it looks like we have an oil seal and a big snap ring, so well, I got the snap ring off, and I went to pull out the oil seal, but this tool isn't quite big enough to pull it off. So we're going to try it a little different way.
Alright, so flip the drum over. Okay. Then you're going to take this on this bearing. Oops. So you're going to get on this side of the bearing and just this side of the bearing. This side. I heard it. Now, I'd get the disposable, those paper towels, so wipe all the grease off, take it over to the tank. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. And then that's right here when you put the bearing in, fill that up with grease.
Alright, so the wheel bearing's back in there. Now I just need to put the seal on. We'll be good to go. Well, the seal is in and the snap ring is back on. Obviously I don't have a seal driver, so I just used this piece of wood and got it to sit flush, and then just very carefully tapped it down around to where I could get the snap ring back in. Well, I just pulled this bearing out of the solvent tank, and like the other side, it looks pretty good, so I'm going to pack it with grease and put it in. I got the backing plate for the drum on, and got the wheel bearings all nice packed with grease. So I'll put this thing back on. So I'm going to put this thing back on and hook the brake lines up.
Why is it so hard to turn? This is an 8-sided nut, and there's a 8-sided socket you can buy. Alright, hold on. Stop.
When I took it off, it was not tight at all. I had screwed it by hand. This has to line up with that and hit the round piece. So I adjusted it a little bit. Alright. in there, and there we go. Perfect.
So the length of wire I used has changed.
Well, my dad found the ones that Vintage Powerwagons sent, and when I went to put these on, I realized that there's two different sizes, and that's what Vintage Powerwagons sent. So the ones I bought will work for replacement of these, but not for replacement of those. So we'll still have to order those, or see if we can find them locally. Well, I just checked the brake fluid level. It looks alright. So I hooked the passenger side up, which we already flushed some fluid through, but we're going to step on the brake and get some fluid flowing through this one before we hook it up.
Pump it again. I'm not getting it.
How's that fluid level look?
I don't know. Nothing's moving. I don't have any leverage on it. It wants to bend all this.
Well, I started pumping up that brake pedal, and my dad didn't see any fluid coming out of the brake line. So obviously there was fluid flowing, and now there's not. So I decided we're just going to pop it off on the actual, distribution block. First I took it off the actual master cylinder and blew some air through it, and it built pressure with it disconnected, so that means there's a blockage somewhere. This line here is what goes to the left front, which is pretty tight. I can't get that off, but I am able to get off this one, and this one. So I figure I'll just remove the whole thing. Nope, there went the wrench right in the bucket with the brake fluid. That's better. Alright, now I just need to remove this. There's a bolt that actually holds this bracket on, so that'll be fixed. Well, I got that off, and then I was able to use this crescent wrench and put it around this part of it, and then crack this line loose. So now we'll see why no fluid is flowing through it. That's good. We built pressure on this line here, which runs over to the right front drum. So we just confirmed that that one is working properly. I blew air through this one, saying that this is good, which means that this brake line needs to be replaced because no fluid flows through it. So now I'm going to check the rear too, and then we'll make one big order from Vintage Powerwagons. Well, here's the new master, and it looks like it won't be too bad to replace. There's just the 3 bolts on it. See, there it is there. And what I'm thinking is I'll probably replace that, get that distribution block back on there, and then put this piece back on so that when the new brake line comes we can just throw that on, and then we'll be pretty much good to go on the front, and then we can get the rears going. I didn't expect, to come across this, so it definitely needs a wiring harness. There's just been some repairs made to it and some stuff that we want to sort out before we start driving it too much. So okay, I'm going to take off that master and then hook the brake lines back up. Here we go. Alright, so I got the old one off and I got the new one here, so now I just need to swap over all the different fittings. Actually, not this one, just the other 2. Also, when I removed this, brake fluid came out from this boot. So this thing definitely needs to be replaced. We figured it would be bad, just with the age of the vehicle and how long it's been sitting, but it is a good thing that we decided to replace it. Check that out. Alright, so I found a 1-inch socket fits over this. Chrome 1-inch socket. Got everything all swapped over. I'm calling that a day.